here with the king of violence, Platinum Mike Perry, and we're tuned in to the Bare Knuckle Show with Brian Soscia. Let's go.
We are all the way live from Satellite 5. I'm Brian Soscia, and as always, so much to get into this week on the Bare Knuckle Show. We're glad you're hanging out.
Bare Knuckle just takes one shot. If he can land a good shot, he can do some damage.
6 new major signings, a new location overseas that we're going to be doing.
It gives me so much more energy and reason to go ahead and do what I do.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! It's inappropriate. Yo, what's up? It's Brian Soscia with the Bare Knuckle Show. We are all the way live from Satellite 5. Jam-packed show today, talking about all kinds of stuff. We're glad you're here, man. Coming off the biggest show we've ever done. It was insane. If you were at home, you heard the crowd at BKFC 56, packed, blowing the roof off. If you were there, you know what I mean. It was like a big party. It was nuts. A lot of stuff going on today, but I don't know if it's all going to happen, so we'll see. I know David Feldman, he's supposed to be stopping by at some point, but I don't know if you know this, Brandon, but the way I do these things is you have to wait until Dave leaves, and he's sneaking into his office, you find his calendar, and you cancel meetings on him, and you reschedule those meetings, and then you ask him immediately to come on before he fills that slot, and he's all confused, but he'll usually come on. So I'm going to see if he didn't reschedule another meeting. He might saunter in here at some point. We'll talk about how Dave feels after the big fight, BKFC 56. If not, we'll get him next week. But I do know, confirmed, the Outcast, Kai Bag Stewart's going to be here. He's joining us after defending his world title successfully at BKFC 56. What a great fight. Kai Stewart, H.D. Davis, and we're looking forward to talking to him because he was the underdog. A lot of people counting him out. We didn't fully count him out in this show. We'll talk about that later. We talked about how tough he is as a wrestler, the grit he has. Sound like a broken record, but it's true. And then also the King. The King will preside today. He's going to be here, the first ever King of Violence, Platinum Mike Perry. He will be addressing his people, his court. We'll be talking to him about the fight and how it feels to be the king. I'm sure it's good to be the king. Also, some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage from BKFC 56, all that, and so much more. It's all coming up today. But, before we do anything else, I think that I always like to check in with you to see what you have to say, see what you've sent in. And we have some great stuff today, so you know what it's time for. Let's do it.
Don't make me come over there and snatch you up off that couch. It's time for mail call.
It's getting better. It's getting better. Don't listen, Brandon. Broke it, Brandon. They mess with you. I saw people screaming at you. You're broke it, Brandon, and stuff. You're a big star to people now. I know you don't like that, but you are. Let's be honest. But great job. I want to tell you, great job. You directed too, didn't you? You directed the weigh-ins, right?
Yeah, they're making me do that now.
Any flubs? Do you feel good about it?
No. I think it went well.
All right, good job, buddy. Proud of you. So, a lot of stuff going on here. I'll tell you right now, I am going to bitch for a minute before we get in the mail call because this is insane. In this office, we have a non-working refrigerator. We have a non-working printer. The printer doesn't work. How do you print stuff out and I can never do it?
The printer works. You just don't know how to fucking use it.
I come in, he's got a whole format printed out.
After the show today, we and you are going to sit down and we're going to figure out this printer situation because I'm sick of hearing about it.
What happens before we go in there every week?
every like 2 minutes before we're about to go live, he's like, hang on, I gotta print this. I'm like, we're going in 1 minute, and then you can never print it. So today after the show, we are sitting down and I'm going to figure out how to I don't know what the hell you're doing.
I don't know.
We're going to
I
fix
don't know
it.
What the hell I'm doing. Everything's broken here, man.
Anyway.
My brain's broken too.
BareKnuckleShow@gmail.com is just on the screen. Send in your stuff.
He's keeping me on track.
Let's move on.
He's keeping me on track because I'm gonna start bitching and moaning again. All right. So the first thing, this is really cool. This got sent in by the Tennessee gangster, Jenny Savage. We love Jenny here on the show. Great fighter. Proud that she's part of the organization. This is awesome. She was watching BKFC 56, and her son, I don't know how old he is. I don't know much about him. I just know he's talented. He learned the BKFC theme song in 20 minutes and played it on his guitar. Jenny sent this in. I want to spotlight this kid. This is really cool. Check this out. Yeah. There you go, Caden. I feel like I should be like, I'm Cyrus Fees. Welcome to BKFC 56. We are here, brought to you by Billboard Mats. Brought to you by OnlyFans. Brought to you by, who else? Brought to you by Grunt Style Apparel. Brought to you by Bucked Up. I'm reading the billboards, man. I've done pretty good doing that. That kid was really good. That's talented.
That is an awesome rip. Good job, Evan, for finding that song.
20 minutes. I got to tell you, I don't like it. You know why I don't like it? Because when I used to do more on-screen stuff at one point, the guy who does the audio, the plug in my ear the whole time for like a whole fight, a whole show for hours, that kept looping in my ear. Dun, 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 dun. It was maddening. So I like it, but it was too much for me. But the kid.
He did great.
The kid did great.
Matched it perfectly.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, also, this is cool. Something you guys never get to see. Speaking of BKFC 56, since I am there and I'm addressing the crowd, firing off the bare knuckle bazooka, making a live event experience, sometimes I'll take a photo or a video from inside the ring. And you guys don't normally get to see this. I'm used to it, but I want to show you how cool it looks and how loud you guys got. This was the crowd at BKFC 56. Check this out. Yeah, in Salt Lake City, and my dumbass actually hit the button off, and because I'm a boomer, as you call it, right? Is that what you tell me? I don't know. Use technology. He said yes.
Even though you're not really a boomer, technically a boomer.
I'm really not at all, but I just don't know technology.
You act like a boomer.
I do. All right, so everybody was there. I noticed this too. This was cool because I met a lot of you, and I want to say hi to everybody. I didn't get everybody's names, but I saw everybody. They were flying in, and he says that he got to chat with the champ and asked him when he was going to take on Tony Loco Soto, but he had no response to that. Brave guy Eric Lozano taking a picture with some guy, then going online with a champ, not some guy, Luis Palomino, and then going online and saying, what's going on here? He is feeling crazy. That wouldn't sit right with me if I was Luis Palomino. You're taking a picture and you go online doing that. But what's interesting to me is that look at all the stuff we have here as we wait for Kai Stewart to call in. Just off of Palomino's name, and just Soto, you got Palomino and Soto. That could happen. That's an appetizing fight. Palomino wants Mike Perry. There's another cool fight. You got Palomino and Trout announced, Austin Trout. That's going to be an amazing fight. Then you got the redneck. He's looking for Mike Perry. Then you got Mike Perry looking for Pettis. It's all this is happening, and this is just like between a couple guys. And then you're seeing the Kai Stewart and the Dat Win stuff, which we're going to talk to Kai about coming up in a little bit. It's all going on. It's very exciting to kind of find out more. Now, listen, we have more for the mailbag, and we're going to get that in a little bit because you guys are so great. You've been sending tons of stuff in. But first, since we're talking about Kai Stewart, I just brought up Dat Win, Dat Be Dat. I want to talk to Hefty Bag. I want to talk to the Outcast. Kai Stewart here with us. I want to talk. I should address you as the champ. How are you?
Officially the champ, according to a lot of people. I'm feeling great, man. Finally back home in Montana. Oh, I love this place up here.
I know you do. You always rep Montana. You got your boys from the Weekly Bus. They were there supporting you. And I feel like Montana is represented loud and proud. Just talk about how important it is to represent Montana in the way you do. You went to Salt Lake City. You conquered what you said you were going to do, and you repped your town. You repped your state. Tell us about that.
Yeah, man, being from Great Falls is different. It's one of those things that you'll get a lot of support as long as you're all in Montana. We don't like our outsiders. We don't like everybody moving here. And, shout out a couple of my sponsors. I might be cheating on Montana a little bit, but it's like, come on, man, y'all moving here from California. But no, Montana's just great. Whether you like the outdoor stuff, whether you're a combat sports athlete, it just it all comes together perfectly.
And Montana's got grit, so do wrestlers. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But before we do, I want to talk about the lead up here to this fight. You were doing something very creative. We were spotlighting on the show last week. It was Kai Stewart's 12 Days of Beatings. You would read all these little, almost like poetry. You're very talented. He would read them, and you did it. You led up to the fight. So 12 Days of Beatings, into the fight. Talk about where you got that idea. And the whole time you're doing it, you have to be confident to do something like this. No one else was confident for you. Everyone was doubting you, but you're still doing the 12 Days of Beatings.
Yeah, so last year I had a fight December 9th, and I wanted to do it, and then it just kind of fell through the cracks and I didn't get started on it in time. And then this, on literally the 12th, 12 days out from the fight, I was like, wait, we could still do this. So we started getting the 12 days all written up, and it all ended with me saying I was going to break Howard Davis's will. And honestly, like, looking back at the fight, that's what happened. Like,
Right.
the 12 days of beatings came true.
Man, I felt like I was there with you next to the Christmas tree. Well, I would even put on my Christmas pajamas when you would read it. So if you haven't seen the 12 Days of Beatings, you can hit up, wow, the gleam off that chain, bro. Whoa, I need glasses. The BKFC medal. I love it. So if you want to see it, you can hit up his social media. Yeah, give him your social media really quick so they can check it out if they missed it.
Kai HB 145, KAI HB 145.
Got it. There you go. So I want to talk about the fact that you're the underdog as champ. The odds, everything is against you. I will say on this show, I take nothing away from HD. HD's good at what he does. But I will say that I kept repeatedly saying these people are thinking that Kai is just going to get his ass beat. And that's not going to happen. Even if you were to lose, I was saying stuff like this. He's a wrestler. And I feel like I keep saying it. I feel like it's almost annoying. I said he's got the grit that wrestlers have. And you have a mental toughness. There's a mental toughness that wrestlers have. So kind of speak on that. I mean, that's the truth, right? That's what kind of, other than you in there fighting, that makes a lot of sense what I'm saying to you. I analyzed your fight as well. And I want to talk about how you approached it, but that's the foundation of it, the mental toughness and the grit, right?
Yeah, I truly believe the only way people are going to actually be able to beat me is to put my lights out. But I've also proven that I got a chin on me too. Yep. And obviously, I don't want to get hit too much. I'm trying to save my brain for whenever I'm done fighting. I have a pretty decent one. Like, I truly believe that if they give me the opportunity to go the whole 5 rounds, I will find a way to win. Like, we find ways to win as wrestlers. And I think that, the only way to put me out is to put my lights out, man.
So was there any doubt during the fight, going into the fight? Was there any moment where you're like, oh, or not even doubt that, oh, I'm in a little bit of trouble? I mean, let's be honest about this. You're in a fight. You're probably feeling a lot of emotions going into it, during the fight, in combat. What was your mindset? It didn't look like you were doubting yourself, but is there anything in your mind, any second you did, and you had to kind of get it out of your head?
I've never doubted myself in combat sports. I do think that a lot of people that do let their minds slip to give themselves doubt put themselves in a very dangerous position. Like, this is combat sports. You can get extremely hurt. So why not just like I do believe in believing things to come true. And I believe that I'm not going to get hurt. I believe that I'm going to stay strong. I believe I'm going to win. There's no room for doubt here. Like, it's too dangerous.
100%. You manifested this. That's very powerful. You meditate on stuff. I know a lot of fighters, a lot of athletes do that. But what I'm seeing is we're showing some of the fight now. And I've never fought professionally. I just analyze as a fan. And I thought this the whole time I'm watching, Kai. The movie to me. The other thing I'm seeing here is you're kind of implementing your style. You're imposing your will. You're doing what you want to do as champion. That's what you should be doing. And I'm seeing now people are kind of talking about you. They're calling you out, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, I mean, it's got to kind of, I guess it's a chip on your shoulder to be the underdog and know you have something that no one is seeing, at least before this fight. Did that piss you off, or just drove you? Or was it a little bit of each? Like, I'm going to show these people that I am not what they think I am. I'm something much better.
Well, man, I was the underdog whenever the year I won my high school state wrestling title. And, like, ever since then, that's whenever I truly started to believe. That's why I got the tattoo, believe, on my collarbone. It doesn't matter what other people think, as long as you put the work in. I go back to this, the YouTube video. It was an inspirational speech, I believe, for a hockey team, and it's called "We Got Ourselves a Game." I literally recited that in my headphones and out loud right before I walked out. And as Kevin, shout out Kevin, brought me from the staging area to the walkout area, I said, "We got ourselves a game, baby." And if you've never heard it, you'll definitely understand what I mean once you listen to that.
So if hold on, if people want to listen to that, I'm going to cut you off. I'm sorry, but if people want to listen to that, I know you said the name of, but just say it again so they can search it or whatever on YouTube, because I'd like to check it out too.
So it's "We Got Ourselves a Game," and it's it'll look like a commercial with hockey players on it, but my youth wrestling coach used to play it at the end of just a ball buster practice, and it's stuck with me. And awesome. It's basically saying it doesn't matter if you're the favorite. It doesn't matter, like, just because they're strong doesn't mean they can't get their asses kicked, like shit like that. And it hyped me up, and I don't care. Like I in the end, I'm going to do whatever I want to do, and win, lose, or draw, I know that I put in the work, so nothing's going to deter me from greatness. Nothing.
So you say you don't care about certain things, but do you even care that at this point people are finally starting to show a little respect to you? That's got to feel good, right? I mean, that's got to be a good thing, but do you care?
It definitely feels good, but I do care. I do care about that. It just because it shows that the hard work and dedication like paid off to some respect. Because in the end, what people think don't matter. Just like if people hate on me, it doesn't matter. If people love me, it doesn't matter. But it shows that you, with hard work and just continuously proving yourself, like you can change the tide, just like Rocky. If I can change, you can change. Everybody can change.
Yeah, you're talking to a Philly guy, so I could quote every Rocky. I try not to recite Rocky 5 too much. That was a little bit of a rough one. I mean, there's a couple good lines in it. Like I think he's like, "Leave him in the street where you found him." He says that Paulie says, and then there's another good one where he's like, "You want to fight? My ring's outside." And then they do that horrible outside street fight. But it was a cool line.
Oh, yeah.
But I see what you're saying about that. And as far as H.D. Davis goes, I mean, this guy, he's a young sensation, much like yourself. And he, again, almost everybody was picking him to win. What are your thoughts after going, just banging with him for that long? I mean, is the respect there? Was the respect there ahead of time? And what are your thoughts on H.D. Davis as a fighter?
The respect was there the entire time. I know that there was a little bit of real beef there, because I knew that he genuinely didn't like me. Like I know that I think that he was genuine in everything that he said. And me, I gotta sell these tickets. I got to become that superstar I want to be. So of course I was getting into it, but the respect was there, and I think that's why I did so well. Honestly, so here's my breakdown of it, and no disrespect to Howard for this, but I believe that Louis, Howard, and Rusty were all like on the same level, and I showed that like Rusty was close. Louis, I kind of spread the gap, and Howard Davis, watching it back, like the fight just wasn't even close. It was not close by any means, and like I think that I grew a lot more than these other guys grew, but it was because I respected Howard Davis so much. Like I knew that I was going to have my hands full, and I had to do everything possible to get better and better and better, and that's exactly what I did. Is I got better, and we won the fight.
Yeah, you sure did, man. You are the reigning world champion. We love that. You got a world title back in Montana. They're probably pumped up. I mean, the press conference, you had like I said, the guys from Montana in there. I a couple times you were talking, I didn't hear what you said because they were going nuts. They were so excited for you. Let's talk about what's next for you, though. This is important because I see people. I saw this in Hollywood, Florida when you were there months ago. I saw Dat and Win kind of circling you. I saw you guys talk, and I saw there was a little bit of, it might even made the broadcast, a little bit of beef there. Dat's looking at you, you're looking at him, and now I think Dat put something else up, but then you also have Brian Duran. Brian Duran recently posted something saying that I guess you were texting with him, and he was going to think you were going to win, then maybe you might fight him next. I don't know who you're fighting next, but I know Brian Duran's interested. I know Dat Win said something as well, so let's kind of talk about both of them. Is there one that you want to lean more toward, or are you just going to go where they tell you to go?
So at first, I was kind of into the Brian Duran fight, and that's because honestly, in my opinion, he'd be the absolute easiest title defense. So why not give me another one? But my battle brother Ryan Ibsen up here in Montana, he kind of messaged me. He goes, "Hey man, I wanted to take him out." So he's mad at me. So I think Brian Duran's gotta win something first, and I would absolutely love him to fight Ryan Ibsen, my teammate. Dat Win, I want Dat Win next. That was the original fight that I wanted, but now that because I grew a lot during this fight.
Yeah.
I grew a lot, and I thought I was going to beat Dat Win before, and now I think I'm just going to beat the absolute fucking brakes off of him. So I really hope that's who Bare Knuckle decides. With that said, I just hope the 145-pound division starts fighting each other. Dat Win is a proven champion, so I do think that he deserves a shot. Everybody else at 145, and I said this before, they're not fighting each other, but expect title shots. Like, I took a ranked number 2 at the time, Rusty Crowder, on short notice because my opponent backed out.
Yep.
And like, I earned my title shot. And I think that that's what the division needs, just so we can have some real contenders and give some real credit to our division. So
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were finishing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But with that said, back to Dat Win, he's a former champion. He beat Strauss, who is a big name from Bellator. And I think that it would be fireworks because he's on the old end of the spectrum. I'm literally the youngest champion.
You're the youth movement.
So yeah, let's let me put him out. I know that he's getting ready to be done with combat sports. I would love to be his last fight.
That's a good way of looking at it. Now, the interesting thing with Dat is talented. Dat's a very talented boxer.
Yes,
and the thing we're seeing, though, HD is a talented boxer, too. And we've said this time and time again. Talented boxers don't always transition over to bare knuckle unless they truly understand it. Like Austin Trout, we've seen him. And Austin Trout has one in, and I think he got it before he came in. He really studied the sport. He knew what he was going to do. So we're going to see what he does coming up against Luis Palomino in Florida. But when I look at boxers, you've said it. I think I've heard you say it. I've seen you say it on socials. Like, you might have said at the press conference, I proved it. These boxers that come in here, it's not boxing. And it drives me nuts, Kai, when you hear people call it bare knuckle boxing, because it's fighting. It's not boxing. Yeah. And
yeah,
I mean, do you think that's been in the bare knuckle sport, so he understands it, but he's also a boxer. So is that going to factor in if you fight him?
Well, yeah, but I think my straight boxing from the outside is going to play a big factor because he likes to clinch too. And I've been really good at taking away everybody's game. So if he thinks that he's going to clinch me, I'll just take it away from him. Like, I don't care. What are you really going to do? He's not a power puncher. He's not going to put me out. We've seen time and time again, he's going to go 5 rounds. But I do think that he is the absolute toughest person that I could fight next. And that's what I want. I want the toughest fights. I want to prove that I deserve this belt. Whether we clinch, whether we box, I don't know. I know Dat Win was a wrestler though.
Yeah, really.
If we there for a while, I said, whenever we fight, let's do a wrestling match right after, like not right after, because we'll all be cut.
I'd watch it.
That. But let's do like a charity wrestling match or something. And I think that would be really fun, just because I'd beat his brakes off there too.
Kai Stewart, I love it. Kai Stewart, the Outcast, hefty bag, riding high. Congratulations. You have retained your world title. Here we are, like you said, the youngest champion in BKFC history. We talk about the youth movement. You're a big part of it. Kai, before I let you go, do you have anything else?
Real quick, guys, Alpine Touch and I collabed on
Here he goes.
Bull Pepper. I am super grateful for this. If you guys love your wild game, love your steaks, this is perfect. Cracked black pepper, bell peppers, and some sugar to make it interesting. Hit my DMs if you want a bottle, and I'll get it signed and sent over.
Hey, Kai, you know what? Maybe we should take some of that, because you had mentioned that. I love my steaks too. Maybe you ship some of that in, and we're going to give out a bunch of like Bucked Up and Mitt 45 and all kinds of stuff for the Christmas show. So maybe if you sign a couple and send them, we can give them out.
Yep, we're done. Send me a shipping address.
I will, man. I'm not going to send you my home address though, because Kai Stewart's the champion. He'll come and beat the brakes off me next. But I think we're pretty cool, Kai. I appreciate you coming on. Hefty. There he is, Hefty Bag Stewart, the Outcast. Congratulations, man. Big win. Always like talking to you. And you know what? You manifested it. You were the underdog. You didn't care. And I think we can learn a lot from that. Thank you, Kai Stewart. Still the world champion. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, guys.
Be good. All right, there he is, Kai Stewart. I mean, he proved to the world. I would say he shocked them. Everyone thought he was going to lose. Brandon, I mean, you watched that fight. It was a fun fight to watch. What were your thoughts on it? Were you that shocked? Were you extremely shocked?
Actually, I wasn't.
We've been talking about it on the show.
I kind of thought before the fight even happened, I was like, because I saw everyone like picking HG to win, which was like, a smart pick because he's very skillful.
Yeah.
But I just had this feeling like, I don't know, like I feel like Kai's just gonna come in there and be a dog, like unexpected, and just like it just put pressure on him. And I don't I just had that. I kind of had that feeling. I didn't know which way the fight was gonna go. I mean, could have gone either way, but I just had this like inkling that like he was gonna go in there, rush him, and just like and kind of like shock him, like, oh shit, like I thought this was gonna be easy, but no, like this guy's a dog.
No, he is. Kai's, and I feel like an idiot. I keep saying it. It's the grit, dude. Did you ever do any kind of like high school or collegiate wrestling?
No, I was not a wrestler.
Well, the point is, even if you're in high school or middle school, you know how they practice. I did it. It's insane. And I know that these guys, like I said, the mental toughness.
Oh yeah. My friends were wrestlers, and like,
it's unbelievable.
Yeah. They were like in hell.
There's not much more they can do. It's
just miserable all the time. And
so true.
And the wrestling coach for my school was also our history teacher, and he like acted like a wrestling coach in history class. like he would get fucking so angry. Like one time he threw a chair at the wall. Like, I'm not even kidding. This was back when like, people weren't so sensitive about that shit.
We could throw chairs and hit kids.
And,
great.
Yeah, like he would go nuts. Like if someone wasn't paying attention in class and stuff, he would freak out. Like he was yelling at his wrestlers and stuff. So,
bro, I
get it.
My wrestling coach was the chemistry teacher, and Mr. Kramer, Tank. And Tank was an older dude, and he came from about the 70s when he said, I heard him say in class, if this was still back in the day, I'd take you out in the hall and dust you off. He's the guy that would make you do push-ups if you were late to class. You get a detention to do push-ups, and he didn't care if you were a girl or a guy. One girl's like, I can't do it. That's not fair. I'm wearing a skirt. And he said, then face your feet towards the wall and give me 20 or come to detention. He didn't care. We need more teachers like that. I like that kind of stuff. But yeah, Kai Stewart, congratulations to him. Hey, be forewarned now, bare knuckle community. Kai's for real, and he's coming, and he's going to defend the title. He's going to continue to come to the fights. We're going to see him there. He's going to be there, and he's going to keep challenging people. He's not afraid of that win. Doesn't seem. So I'm actually excited for that fight as well. A lot of great stuff coming up on the show today. We got Platinum Mike Perry, the brand new king of violence, if I can speak. He'll be here in a couple minutes. But let's get back to the mailbag before we do anything else. A couple things I want to touch on because we didn't get to them all. Again, you can always send us a piece of mail if you'd like. thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com. The Irishman, Kyle McElroy. He enjoyed our graphic from last week. He said, dude, can't believe y'all used the Ski Patrol poster. Deep cult classic stuff. And I wasn't sure. I'm glad that he understood. I don't know if everyone did. Then he mentioned Ski School, which I'm such a nerd. I know what that movie is as well. Do we have the graphic from last week if somebody didn't say? That was the ripoff of Ski Patrol. Vaughn Design Team always does really good with our graphics. Love them. So there you go. Thank you for that, Kyle. Thank you for paying attention. Also, we got some more mail that came in. Brandon, I think you have that in front of you because I don't have it.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
So again, you can send it in, thebareknuckleshow@gmail.com. We'd like to hear from you. I've met some of you. You took pictures that you said you will be sending in, so we add them to our wall. Because look, we need more stuff. So keep them coming in. Anything cool you think you have, let us know.
Yeah, so what we get here, let me throw it up really fast. Some guy, my name is Cooper.
Oh man,
my name is Cooper Klaus. I'll read it fast. I currently work for professional bull riders on the arena crew. Part of my job is handling the world's best bucking bulls, making sure that they get in and out and building safely. I admire your company has done. You've completely won me over. I started as an MMA fan back in middle school. I was a wrestler, so naturally I cheered for the wrestlers. I typed this on Wednesday, November 29th, hoping that next week's episode is celebrating Kai Hefty Bag Stewart title defense, which
we did.
He was right. I have nothing but good things to say about your promotion. However, I want to give everyone who makes the Bare Knuckle Show possible sincere thank you. Your team gives me something to look forward to while I'm driving a big rig to the next city for...
Hold on, pause. While he's driving a big rig to the next city. So I hope he's only listening, not watching. And that's get out of the way. What happened? If you crash, God forbid, just if you're okay and nobody gets hurt, make sure you say you were watching the Bare Knuckle Show, available at bkfc.com on the Bare Knuckle app. Just put it in the press release, buddy. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt, but just be careful. You can listen.
So your team does an outstanding job of highlighting fighters. His team does an outstanding job of highlighting fighters outside of main events, giving me names to keep an eye on for future title considerations. You also do a great job of incorporating relevant social media posts in the show, providing news interactions I probably missed. I plan on getting myself some BKFC gear to send in, a picture of me standing next to a bull for your wall. Wrapping this up, the work the Bare Knuckle Show crew puts in doesn't go unnoticed. Keep it up. You've got me for life.
Wow. I appreciate that long
Cooper
email.
Kraus, thank you very much.
Cooper Kraus
for your
sounds like he
support.
should be a movie star. Cooper Kraus. What a good name. Professional bull rider. That's no joke. You know that Jeremiah Riggs, good friend of the show, love Jeremiah Riggs, fighter here for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He worked in the rodeo. I think he used to ride those, or maybe still does. I mean, you ever watch rodeo? I never got into it, but I went to a couple. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's pretty cool.
It's really big in the Midwest. I mean, I think it's growing in popularity.
It's cool to watch.
Like in, like the East and West Coasts.
I enjoyed it when I saw it. I mean, I wouldn't do it. I always wanted to be a rodeo clown. I guess I'm kind of a BKFC clown, so it kind of works, right?
Yeah.
Are you disinterested in talking to me today? Or is Evan here or are you here?
No, I'm here.
He said, yeah. Anyway, we got Platinum Mike Perry coming up in a couple minutes. Sometimes you don't know what to make of me.
What are you guys doing?
Oh, here he is.
Oh.
We weren't sure if he's coming in. I canceled your meeting. Are you coming in?
We're here.
Oh, come on in. Sit down, man.
Yeah, sit down.
Sit down. We got Mike
Hop on
Perry.
camera.
We got the King coming on in a couple minutes. Mike Perry. We're going to look at some behind-the-scenes footage. There's your mic. You got headphones over there or no?
Yeah, he's got it.
I just said at the top of the show, your headphones are somewhere. They're right there. They're right there. No, it's the same time as always.
Pretty loud. I can hear you.
It's
The headphones.
you probably do because you have to hear Mike when he calls in. It's the same time as always. We never miss it. 12:05 it starts. You know the deal. So what I did was I canceled your meeting. I was talking. There you go. Thank you for that. He deserves that. He does deserve that. Come on. There you go.
That was a hell of a fucking show.
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. I'm happy that I was able to sneak you in here for a couple minutes. We were just going to get into some of the exclusive behind-the-scenes footage before we talk to Platinum Mike Perry, but it was a hell of a show. So before we do that, you got to be riding high, man.
Yeah, man. It was when you do a show like this, we're gambling a lot on it. Really, we're throwing everything we have at it, and if it significantly fails, we're done.
Yeah.
And it was a smashing fucking success. It was unbelievable. It really, really just blew everybody's mind. I had some very influential people from the Middle East, TV producers, TV execs, all watching it, and they were all complete motherfucker, and
He did.
and kept fighting, and the dog was out in him. Like it was unbelievable. It's like, listen, I've been in this my whole entire life. I was born into this, and I've never seen anything like that.
I haven't either. Mike, you're incredible. And I want to piggyback off that because that was my first question. And Dave, we didn't even discuss this, so I know that I'm on the right track here. The way you eat punches, we've seen it. And I'm under the belief that we've seen you eat punches the way you do. It's so amazing that almost, it's not that we don't respect it, but we're almost used to you eating punches. And we can't become used to that because how do you do it, Mike? You're like the Terminator. You just walk into them. You don't care.
Hey, man, look. First of all, the president of the United States is told what to do by the elites behind the ice wall. You know what I'm saying? That's Dave Feldman. So I'm like the king president, and Feldman's the elites that's running the, telling us all what to do for the country. As far as eating the punches, I don't know, man. I always say I like taste that je ne sais quoi, when it hit me in the jaw. I like it. He didn't have the penetrating power that I had, and he did have some speed, and I think I expected that. I don't know. I didn't expect that I wouldn't. I thought I would be a little more clean or slippy. I think I had to warm up. I didn't really warm up properly. I mean, I did, but like my walkout happened, and then I just kind of just walked to it. Like, let's get in the ring. Let's get this thing going. And then Dan Mergliata almost took me out before the fight started.
Yeah.
It was good, man. It was a good show.
So you talk about you weren't really there. You kind of, before the fight, you kind of just walked out. You maybe do other stuff normally. And that was something I wanted to ask you too. A warrior like you, man, do you have a process you have to go through? You like to go through normally in the back, or you listen to music, or you're praying, or how do you get into the mindset to be the killer you are in the bare knuckle squared circle?
Yeah, other than I do like to pray, other than that, I like things to be random. I don't like to have like anything like specific that I need to do before the fight. I just need to sit there and just be quiet. I'll jump up and down a few times, and because you can get hot and then you need to chill out and save. I wanted to save my energy. The elevation there was kind of weird. Like sometimes you would feel it and sometimes you wouldn't. So when I did warm up like on the mitts, I felt really strong, really sharp. Like that's what it was all about for me, was connecting my punches and making them count. And I knew he was going to be fast because he was a smaller guy, but I figured that with my power, I could put pressure on him and, do my job, which is to, break him. And that's what I did. So, I'm not really, it's like I said, it's two sides of the king of violence. You know what I mean? You got to be able to take it and give it. And I showed the people both sides.
Hey, Mike, Dave Feldman, what's going on, brother?
What's up, my brother?
My man. So
boss.
Right now, you're my brother. My brother.
I appreciate it.
Did you underestimate Eddie going into this fight?
No, but I made it sound like I did. I wanted him to know that I didn't care what he had.
Got you.
And I didn't care any ability. I knew he was going to be a short little jumping bean and moving fast, but it was just pushy jabs. Really, he was hitting me with his right hand. It's like, and like the way that I come forward, I feel like I take a lot off of their shots because I don't let them hit me. I just close that gap and I don't let them hit me in the place that they want to hit me. And the shots I hit him with, and it just showed a body shot. Like I hit him with like 2 body shots in there, and both times I did it, I heard him go.
Got it.
Like I hit him good to the body with 2 good shots, and I hit him at the end of my punches where the power was most significant. And I walked right into his, because if you're gonna hit me, then I'm gonna try to hurt your hands with it. You know what I mean? And sometimes I fight with a tall, like I know my coach was like, you're standing right in front of him, and I did slip and move my head off to the side into the second round after that first, and I didn't expect him to, he was throwing like talk combos, like a 1-1-2, but it was real pushy. It wasn't like a pop shot. Like when I throw, I'm trying to rattle your cage. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to shake your brain up with an explosive shot, not just push you around with it. So I wanted him to give it to me, so I would demoralize him and break him down. And if it was someone else, then it would have been a different game plan on how to, break them down.
I got you. I just want to ask one more question. So you took a lot of punches. You did. Took a lot of punches. You came for, you got the job done, but you took a lot of punches. Can you let the fans know about what kind of damage you took after taking all those punches? You look pretty damn good.
Well, I don't think I took that much damage because, it's just a black eye. It's like, it's normal. Like the doctors were showing me, and it's just surface damage. Like his punches were just causing like a little bit of scrapes here and there. And, I kind of had boxer face after the fight a little bit. It's like anywhere right here.
You actually look a little better than you did before the fight.
Yeah, for sure. I'll take that, man.
Yeah, that belt looks so good on you, man. That belt looks so good on you.
What do you think about the belt, Mike? I mean, it's nice. It's a nice piece of hardware.
Yeah, I had to, have Eddie do my makeup a little bit, so I was looking good for the camera.
So let's talk about that. Hold on. So what I saw out of Dave, and I always watch Dave. I always say to the fans, watch the fights, but watch Dave too, because he's such a fan of what we do and what you guys do, I should say, that it's just great to watch him. Now, one of the things that got brought up at the post-fight presser, I don't know if you heard this or not, but a lot of people were asking us. I saw it online. People want a rematch here, and Dave, you made a comment, I don't know if it was off the cuff, that you would love to do it when we become legal in PA in Philadelphia, because Eddie's a Philly guy. Eddie and Mike, if that's possible, is that something that you might still be interested in, to Dave and Mike, both you guys?
I mean, I thought it was a very competitive fight. I thought Mike ended up shutting him down. It's something that, definitely could work in a rematch, but, there's so many people that have hit Mike up or hit the media up and have hit me up personally over the past 2 days that want to. It's so weird, like, he looks better and better every fight, and then more and more people are calling him out. I'm
I know,
like,
they're
what's
crazy.
going on with these guys? Because they want a chance, obviously, as Mike's doing better in bare knuckle, his stardom's rising as well, and they want a chance of fighting a star because that raises them up as well. For instance, got a call by your old foe, Donald Cerrone, yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cowboy. Interesting. What do you think about that,
Yeah,
Mike?
he thinks, these guys all think that they watch something that they might have some success in there against me, but, there's no ending to what I do. Like, they're not gonna do anything different. Like Eddie Alvarez, if he got a rematch, it would be the same story. Like, I'm fine with that. That's another easy free win for me. I'll underestimate him again, and he won't do anything differently. If he hits me a little bit, I'll break his face again. And, he better hope that his corner saves him and they don't try to go a little bit longer, because that third round, we're talking scary shit happening in that third round. So, Cerrone, bring it on, bro. Like, but these guys, like, I feel like that's another guy that he's gonna quit on the stool, or he's gonna not. Bro, that was 4 minutes, bro. Whatever these people think they saw and they want some, like, give me that other 6 minutes of regulation, and we're talking permanent damage.
I saw. Yeah, I agree. But I saw. I know at the presser you were saying Pettis might be on your radar. Is that a fight we might be able to see?
We'll see. I mean, he has a fight coming up next week, so we'll see how he does. Dylan Banas wants a piece of him.
Dylan's
but I don't
calling
think
out online.
Did you guys see my tweet about Jorge Masvidal? I don't know.
Jorge Masvidal, absolutely.
Everybody wants to come to bare knuckle.
That's one I want to see, Mike. So we can make that happen.
Yeah.
I want to make that one happen.
I want to see that too.
That guy actually has experience. He's actually dangerous and scary. Not like, Cerrone's never been known to, like, punch people out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I want to face a guy that gets me up in the morning and makes me terrified.
I'd love to see you fight Robbie Lawler.
Oh,
that one too. That's a fucking good one too.
We got fights for the next 10 years if he keeps these active. This is great.
He's got 4 more fights on his contract, so let's get him 4 bangers.
Boom, 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 and then we'll keep re-signing these contracts. I hope I shouldn't talk out of turn here. I'm excited to see you fight, Mike. I'm not paying the bills, but I'm excited to see you fight. Before we let you out here in a couple minutes, I mean, you're the king of violence now. I feel like we need a proclamation from the king of violence. We need to know how the king of violence feels. Is there anything the king of violence wants to get off his chest to talk about? You're the king. I want to let you hold court.
Man, as the king of violence, I've always been this way too. Even after something like that, it's like I'm thinking about getting in the gym and lifting weights and putting on some muscle, and I might have my close up and my acting debut here soon, so I got to keep my body looking sharp. But I do want to get a little bigger, a little stronger. I would like to be at 85 again. I don't know, depending on which fight we're looking at to have in my next one. But I'm always the type of guy who I live for that show, man. I live for those 4 minutes that I just had, and I was prepared for 10 or 12 of hell. Like, if my face is falling off, like, you think my coach can say no more? I'd be pushing him off the ring. No, don't you get the I'm going back out there. I'm ready. I can do this. So, you know, I'm always just thinking about how to get better, how to get stronger, faster, and, you know, get ready for another one, get ready for the next one. Because I know we got that contract. That was the first one on our new contract, and we got a lot of work left still to do. And, a lot of fucking money left to make, baby. So,
you know what though? Really though, that's
it.
how the King of Violence should talk. Like, I'm not gonna let my corner stop the fight. I'm gonna go in there and I want to do what I got to do, and that's exactly why he is the King of Violence.
It's great. That's great analysis. I agree 100% with you. The King of Violence here. Hey, King. Before we let you go, it's the Christmas season. You're a holiday fan. You like the Christmas season, King? All right. I need to ask you what your favorite. I need to ask you what your favorite Christmas song is. Do you have one? We were talking about this before we went on the air.
I don't know, man. Probably like Frank Sinatra.
Ooh, I'm an Italian. I like that. Frank's. How I love those Jingle bells. That's a great one. When he sings it, not me. You were gonna make the joke. I made it first. So you like some Frank Sinatra. That's good. You're a classic guy. I don't know. I would have taken you for like a Mariah Carey. All I want for Christmas is you kind of guy. Hey, Mike. Mike, thank you for fighting for us.
You're gonna have to see me, bro.
I know.
You're gonna have to see
me. I know. Listen, I know that we are on great terms. I've always had a lot of respect for you. I love watching you fight. And I got to thank you too, because my job is to hype the crowd up, right? So you made my job easy because you had them hyped, and all I had to do was say your name, and they would go nuts. So thank you for making my job easy too.
No, absolutely, my man. Great job, great fight, great representation, man.
We appreciate you.
You know, next one's the best one, guys. That's what we've always said. This fighting stuff, you know, and I'm grateful for obviously I get to enjoy a little bit of relaxation time now with the family. The holiday season, it's going to be a great Christmas thanks to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. And you know, Dave's asked us before, he's like, you know, go out there and fight your asses off, and you know, I'm here for you if you can do that, you know. And thing about me is I'm an independent guy, and I'm gonna go out there and fight my ass off regardless. But it's you know, it's nice to hear that little push. I'm happy to go out there and do it. I'm gonna enjoy this time with my family. My son doesn't, you know, he's so bad. I don't know how much he deserves for Christmas, but
you can buy him gold-plated coal.
I'm still gonna spoil him.
Platinum coal.
And I'll be trying to get back to training as soon as possible, be stronger, because I know people want to come for the king, bro. Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
That's right. That's right. All hail the king. And I was going to let you go, but you brought up your son. So the one more thing I want to ask is, this was, I don't know if everyone knows this, they saw it afterwards, you were holding your son. This is the first time you ever were able to fight in front of your son. What did that mean? That had to be super cool.
I fought in front of him at the Triller thing when we did the triangle, but he was so small back then. But now he knows, you know, a little more about what his daddy does. And he was, some people maybe felt some type of way about him being there, but the way I see it, man, it's like there's, you know, the children in Gaza, they're going through hell, and having my son at a very secure event. We were safe there, you know, everything was fine. And, he was just a little, a little anxious. He saw his dad, maybe my face, and maybe in the ring, he's thinking, I don't have to box now, do I? So no, he doesn't. You know, he does not have to box. I do not want him to do this. I do this because I want him to have other opportunities in life. And if he ends up wanting to, now that's a different side of it. Then he's going to bring out the teacher in me, which is going to be some tough love there. And, you know, I will teach him how to defend himself in life, but I'm probably just going to take him to the shooting range.
Well, Mike,
well, you're a great guy, Mike. You deserve all the success you got. Enjoy the holidays with your family, my man.
Yeah, we thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, man, for all you guys, man. Thank you, BKFC. You guys have given me so much love and respect, man. You guys treat me so nicely when I'm out there. I try to return the favor. I be cutting weight and shit. Sometimes I slip and I be angry. I might yell at someone like, hey, what the hell is going on? And then I'm like, hey, man, I'm starved, man. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. You know what I mean? So I appreciate everything you guys have done for me and the way you guys treat me and the way you guys treat your company, man. The sky's the limit.
Thank you. Yeah, we're
Thanks,
excited.
bro.
Thank you for everything you give the company. And, God bless you and your family this holiday season. Always, Mike. You're always a class act to deal with. Thank you. The King of Violence, Mike Perry. I love it. Platinum Mike Perry. Great job, man. See you. There he goes. Platinum Mike Perry. What a guy. What a fighter. What a guy. And I feel like Mike, to get kind of deep, I want to do like an hour-long interview with him where I can sit and talk about his development. Because here's the thing. We develop every day as people to get kind of deep. At least you should, or you're dying. You got to develop.
Sure.
I feel like since I've known of Mike Perry, then I got to meet Mike Perry. I was like, what am I going to deal with this guy? This is going to be insane. He is the easiest guy to deal with. He's changed as a human, at least what I could see, even since I've known him. He's for the better. He's incredible. Mike Perry is, I'm proud he's the king of violence. I'm proud that he fights for us. And to be honest with you, he's one of the most professional, easiest people to talk with and deal with. So I love to have a guy like that at the top of the company.
He is, and above all, he's appreciative, man.
Yeah,
and,
big time.
You know, that makes giving him the things that he's getting right now and doing things like that for him and his family, that makes that, you know, all the more better because he appreciates what he's getting.
Yeah, I know, man.
It's awesome. It's
cool.
He's a team guy.
He sure is. And a lot of sometimes you see people come in that are bigger names, that come in from the outside. They're not always team players. Let's be honest. Mike Perry is that, and he is now our king of violence, and we're excited about that.
You know what's crazy though?
What?
This sport. So it's funny because people talk a certain way prior to fighting this sport.
Mm-hmm.
This sport humbles you. It humbles you.
I can see that.
And it makes the people that did talk a little shitty before the fight not talk so shitty after the fight, right? It just does. And the people that go in talking great talk even better after the fight, right? And these guys bond like nothing else. It's crazy the way these guys bond during this kind of fight versus any other fight. I feel like it's so intimate, man. It's like hand to hand, right in each other's face. And I feel like they really, really, truly bond after this. And, you know, that's really what we're building BKFC, a bond, you know, respect, the baddest fights you're ever going to see. And, you know, it's been an awesome growth so far.
It's growing big, and we're excited to see what's coming next. I don't even know, but I'm excited after what you said, after the show we put on. It pretty much sold out. It's everything we expected. I think we got more than we even expected. You can't be sad about that. I do have some, I mean, you can hang out. I don't know if you have meetings, but I have some behind-the-scenes content we're going to check out really quick if you want to hang out. If not, you are behind the scenes all the time. You run the organization.
I'll be back in a little bit.
Well, I don't know if we'll still be here, but we'll try.
Goodbye.
We'll try. Another meeting. See you. Thanks for coming on, Dave.
Yep.
Congratulations. Big
Thanks,
fight,
man.
All right, so I think where we left off here, let's see if Dave walks across the camera. He's not going to. Well, it's the first time he didn't walk in a camera shot when he left. Thank you, Dave. All right, so I know we were I think we did the Gmail. We're done with that, right, Brandon? Because we're jumping all over.
Yeah. Let me help you get it back on track.
I just
here.
wanted to say before we get back on track.
Ahead.
We'll get the exclusive BKFC 56 footage. But before we do that, I just want to say that it was perfect timing for the boss to stop in here when Mike was on. I mean, that was great.
Oh, yeah.
And I enjoyed, I like to see Dave's comments. And I do feel like on the air, someone said this last time we had Dave on leading up to this fight, to BKFC 56. I believe they commented something like, you could feel the excitement coming through Dave. You can say what a fan he is. I think that it's safe to say you could feel that again. He came in here like a kid on Christmas morning. He couldn't wait to come in here and talk about it. He like ran in, which was a great thing. So congratulations to Dave and the organization as a whole. We all worked really hard to put that show on, and we'd love to do that for you, the fans. Let's look at some behind-the-scenes footage. BKFC 56, I think that's where we're at right now. The third thing I want to check, and we'll get to some Mike Perry behind the scenes, but Christine Faria, I mean, she is the most dominant woman. She is in the organization. There's a lot of tough women. She's it right now, and I don't see that changing. I see her, unless something crazy shakes out, like retiring as champion one day. I don't think anyone's going to beat her, but we'll have to wait and see. This is interesting to see what these fighters are saying. I always like to see their exit, their ring exit, and we were able to catch some footage with that. So let's check in with Christine Faria and see what she was saying as she exited the ring. She loves it. Bare knuckles are love, and we see she performs like that. She has champion behavior. She always talks about it. Congrats to Christine Faria, the reigning world champion. We appreciate your fights. You and Beck Rollins. A lot of people were excited to see that. So congrats to her. That annoying guy with the voice screaming over the mic in the back always screws those ring exits up. I wish he would just shut up. He's very annoying. What do you think, Brandon?
Yeah, I was thinking that too when I shot a couple walkbacks and
how am I supposed to know?
And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, this guy won't shut up.
Whoa, it's the Christmas season and you're talking like that. What are you out of your mind?
Sorry.
You're gonna get cold over there.
I slipped up a little bit there.
That's all right, buddy. So no, I just want to let you know that's when they tell me to talk, I have to, but I annoy myself because I want to hear what they're saying. Let's check in with Mike Perry and some of the stuff that he had. Some great behind the scenes footage of Mike Perry. The first thing, this is Mike in his corner. Now you often see this on TV at the broadcast. They do an excellent job. However, you don't always see everything. So I want to show you some of the advice he was getting in the corner. I love this kind of stuff. After round one, Mike Perry's corner.
Listen, press him a little bit, use the angles. Like you walking together, just side step real quick. Got it? Because what he's doing is he's trying to wait for you to come in. That's how he's getting those shots. Press him, use angles, adjustments. You got it? But listen, use that jab. It works. Get up on that stick and pump it up jab. If you touch on the up jab, point overhead. Or roll some punches. He's standing too tall. Give me some rolls. You see him hurt? Hey, remember that one down? Remember how we get on the middle?
I love that kind of stuff. I mean, I think James might have shot that. I could be wrong, but whoever shot that, thank you for that. It's like you're there in the corner. I mean, he was over the shoulder of his coach. That's so cool, that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that. We also have, I like to find out, this is just me, and I hope you guys like this too. We try to find this kind of stuff after they win in the squared circle. And I wanted to ask Mike this because I couldn't hear it. He said something to Eddie, I think, here. They had a conversation. I forgot to ask him this. But this is after the win. There's a couple cuts in the ring of what was happening that you maybe couldn't see. The emotion out of Mike Perry. I love that kind of stuff. And, there it is. Mike Perry. We love him. And we got one more thing with Mike, I think, before we get out in a couple seconds. We have Mike's ring exit. I like checking these out. Like I said, with the same as Christine, see what he had to say on the way back.
Thank you so much. I feel great. I'm grateful. I was wondering how that third round was about to go. I felt pretty good at the end of the second. No camera. She's right this way. Right
I don't know if you caught that. I think it was Kevin Smith walking about saying, "Oh, no photos, no photos." That dude, whoever's back there, snapped one right in Mike's face. Good job, good security back there with the cameras. But Mike was very excited, as you can see. What a quality human being he is. He's a great guy, and we're excited to have him here. So that's some of the stuff we saw, the behind the scenes footage. Also, I want to do something I call selects, photo selects. We got Phil and we have Nick Vespi, Phil Lambert, Nick Vespi. They do great photography work for. These are some of Vespi's selects. I mean, look at these great shots. And we talked about Perry eating shots. This is a great representation of it. There's two guys just going to war there. I mean, look at that. Wow. I mean, this shows you, the videos are cool, but I like the photos because these still frames show you what bare knuckle is and how, look at that. I mean, look at this punch. It's about Perry eating punches. These guys are both eating them at the same time almost here. It's unbelievable to me. That's the stuff from Nick Vespi there. You can see Perry celebrating his King of Violence win. There's Kai Stewart laying it on H.D. Davis. And there is the real American walking out there with his flag on. I love that. So we also, another really cool shot that I liked was Phil Lambert got this awesome above the crowd shot. And look at that. It's right before the main event. It's showing you what it's like in the ring. I mean, you don't get to see it from these angles, this kind of stuff. So I think it's really cool. Thank you to our photography team. Thank you for everybody, backstage, all of our production, everybody. You guys are amazing. And I'm trying to think, there's a couple. Oh yeah, we have to get to this, then we're out. I want to talk about the upcoming schedule. We have it up here. We have a graphic for it. So a lot of people are like, are you guys going to keep going? Yeah, we're going to keep going, but we're taking a breath. We're resetting, but we're not really stopping that much. We have different prospects events coming up. We have, I know we're going to Canada. I know there's prospects in Canada. March 2nd, that show will be. Looking forward to that. But we have stuff well before that, including, this is exciting. Get excited about this. Luis Palomino versus Austin, No Doubt Trout, BKFC 57 in Hollywood, Florida. That will be February 2nd. We're going to keep on the show. The show's not going to stop. A lot of stuff going on. And we're going to kind of like look at what's coming up because there's a lot to talk about from this year. We'll do some reviews, a lot of stuff planned for you. Also, tryouts. That's very important. We always talk about the tryouts. Tryouts, they're coming up, and they will be coming up. When are the tryouts? We have a graphic for that, right?
I'm pulling it up.
Thank you, because I have to read it. Because the top of my head, there's so much. I think it's this Saturday. I don't want to say it wrong though.
Yeah, we got a few coming up. One of them is this. Here it is.
Yeah, this Saturday. I want to make sure I'm right. Okay,
Saturday in Albuquerque.
That in Albuquerque. Look, if you want to fight, Albuquerque is a fight town, man. And I want to say that about Salt Lake City too, because it was our debut there. They were insane. Albuquerque, Denver, Salt Lake City, some of our strongest, loudest crowds.
Yeah.
If you want to fight in Albuquerque, you got to hit the tryouts, bkfc.com/tryouts. Of course, it says it up there if you're listening on the podcast, like that guy who drives the truck, because I don't want him to crash. He's not watching. That's 10 a.m. to noon. That's registration. Starts at noon. Check it out. And then BKFC Columbia tryout, December 16th. Man, Lido is getting around. You can check all that out, bkfc.com/tryouts. It's all up there for you. Get involved. We picked up a lot of great people from tryouts, and we're going to pick up more. I know that. So listen. That's pretty much all I think I have for now. I don't think we have anything else for today. I was happy to have Kai on, Mike Perry on. I'm happy that you're here. I wish the comments would have been working. I'm going to break. If this computer wasn't my own computer, I'd throw it across the room. I almost broke it a couple weeks ago. You're going to coach me how to print?
Yes.
How to use my computer
We
properly?
are going to get out of this show, and I'm going to come in there and sit down and show you how to work a computer.
All right. If you want to leave, I can call you on my rotary phone, and we can talk about it if you want to do that. Do you know what a rotary phone is?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do that instead, actually.
All right.
It'd probably be easier for you.
I'll fax you some stuff. Hey, listen, guys. We appreciate you. Appreciate all our sponsors. Coming up, the biggest show of all time for us. It's only up from here. Thank you, because you're a huge part of it. You're one of the main parts of it. Until next week. Knuckle up, get bucked up, and knuckle up. Any way you want to do it, I don't care. I'm just pumped up, man. Let's go! Ah!